we're back with the All My Children cast. And Andre, let me ask you, Kelly was just saying during the break that you guys basically had to be separated by producers because you couldn't stop laughing. What was going on between the two of you?
We've always had that kind of connection. I mean, honestly, I think Mark really owes this marriage to me. I realized that I was not the man of color for her, that I was always going to be her brother. So I made sure that I made room for him, you know.
Very generous.
Yeah, man, because that's who I am. That's what I do. So right from the beginning, Kelly and I, first of all, I think Kelly screen tested everyone on this panel except Susan. And so when she screen tested me, which I was going up against Terrence Howard, that's another story. Yes. And so Kelly looks at me and, you know, just gives me the kind of squinted kind of, you know, head nod like, you got this. And I was like, yeah, I do got this. And after that, it was like, it was just instant. It was like we knew each other without knowing each other. And, you know, Kelly, I've always told people, when she first started the show with Regis, may he rest in peace, people were like, who is this girl? And I was like, you guys don't know. This lady has everything. She's got all the levels. She's light on her feet comedically, and she's filled with empathy, which is what you need when you're dealing with current events. Like, she's got all the levels. People are going to fall in love with her instantly.
Eva, Kelly was there when you started. Did you guys also have this instant click, become instant friends?
Totally. It was my first day in the hair and makeup room. And like Susan said, Kelly would come in and light up the room every morning. Everybody's on like their third cup of coffee, trying to wake up, trying to get into 50 pages of dialogue and get their brain warmed up. And Kelly bursts on the scene every morning, funny, doing her shtick, like literally a stand-up comedian, like Susan said. And that day on set, it was my first scene, and I was a neurosurgeon. Kelly used to always say, "Where'd you get your doctorate? Out of a box of Cracker Jacks?" It was the Cracker Jack ride.
Your surgical scrubs, and because Finola was also a doctor, so the two doctors would have. Finola would have Gucci labels sewn into her surgical scrubs because she hated wearing surgical scrubs all the time, so they just started hand-stitching Gucci labels into them. And then Eva's surgical scrubs got smaller and tighter and lower cut, and I was like, guys, who's our audience?
Hey, Walt. Hey, Walt, I understand that Kelly had a nickname for you. Is it okay to share that with us?
She used to call me Uncle Daddy, which was probably the sickest and wrongest thing I'd ever heard, and still to this day I have no idea why I was Uncle Daddy, but I kind of like it.
Do you have any idea what it actually means?
I have no idea, in fact, what it actually means, Ryan, and I've been looking forward to this day and time to find out what the hell that actually means.
What does it mean, Mark?
I don't know, but I do remember her calling him Uncle Daddy all the time. I think Walt and I had a dressing room right across from each other, and I hear her calling him Uncle Daddy, and I became Daddy, thankfully.
And Andre's cousin Daddy.
Yes.
Well, thank all of you for coming on to celebrate with us today. It's great to see you. Anything you want to say to the fam in closing?
I mean, I can't thank you all enough. You know, you've all moved me and inspired me in individual, unique ways. Susan Lucci taught me how to be kind to everyone and treat everyone with dignity and respect, and showed me that you have agency over how you interact with people, and you owe an obligation to be the kindest to every single person that works, from the person bringing in the coffee to the executive producer. You treat everyone the same. And Walt Willie, I mentioned it before, his generosity his generosity of spirit, his kindness, his compassion, and the way he would take young people that were new to a city under his wing and like just, you know, tell you what you needed to know. Whether you wanted to hear it or not, he just gave you the real deal. Eva LaRue is the godmother to my firstborn child. She's my sister, and I worship her. Cameron Matheson is just every, you know, he is every co-star that you ever wish you could possibly have, because his kindness and his he was just so proper. Like there was never an awkward moment, because he would go bend over backward to make you feel like you were taken care of in the scene.
Except for that kiss, a little awkward, but.
Yeah. Except for that awkward kiss. Vinola Hughes was and still is somebody I idolize and worship, and also one of the great comedians. I don't think anybody realizes how unbelievably funny you are. You taught me how to use foul language properly, which can't be said enough. And Dondre Whitfield, who, like I said before, was my first friend. And I will never forget our lunches together. We used to get into deep conversations before people had deep, important conversations.
Wait, let me say this. Kelly and I had ally conversations. Kelly would have ally conversations with me before ally conversations were a thing. So her consciousness about wanting to learn other people, wanting to learn what Black people go through, how we have a different experience in this country. Kelly was one of the first people that I ever had allied conversations with before it was even a thing. That's my sister. I love her.
I love you too.
Okay.
And speaking of allies, the father of my children, and you know, just singularly the most important person in my life. And I just love you. I worship you. You are my king, and I am nothing without you. I am nothing without you.
I love you, baby. I love you. Congratulations on 30 years. Quite an accomplishment.
Thank you all
Love
so
you
much
guys.
for coming on, all right? Stay safe.
Congratulations, Kelly.
Thank you, Susan.
We'll be right
I appreciate
back.
it.
Kelly's going to reunite with Ted McGinley and Faith Ford from Hope and Faith after this, as the celebration rolls on. That was so sweet.